Now recording will start. We are hearing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. After some gap, we are again coming. So we are at the 13th chapter. 13th. Last time we heard, he is the real knower, who deems himself as akarta or non-doer or unconcerned in his actions and realizes that it is Prakriti transformed into body and mind that performs all actions, and that Purush, the soul proper, lying dormant, does nothing as a matter of fact. Last time I explained, in this chapter, not full details are given, only some aspect, some point. Like gradual installment of truth has to come for some student to learn. Like in astronomy, first they will say the sun is static and planets are revolving around. First they will teach this, because first you have to grasp this point. Then when you will grasp this point, then they will tell that sun is also moving. But from that aspect, sun is static in relation to those planets. So altogether he is also moving and planets moving with him, but in relation to the sun is static in relation to them, but he's moving. So if you tell all at once, then they will not be able to understand. They will misunderstand. So like in school, gradual installments of truth must come, like first A, B, C, D, all these things, then some words, some sentences like this. It is going on. So like here in this chapter, Krishna is only telling that there is a difference between Prakriti, means material energy, and the soul. And all actions in this material world, all material actions are done actually by Prakriti, not by soul. Soul doesn't do anything. But later in 18th chapter, he will explain that there are 5 factors in any action in this world. One is the 3 gunas and the senses, and then there is a jiva. She will decide what to do. And Paramatma also, and one more, I think that there was something. We will come to that chapter. So as I sometimes gave this example, if there is any excavator for digging hole, so a person sitting inside is not directly in touch with the earth. That excavator is. So if I think I am excavator and I am doing, then that is illusion. Like here, if someone thinks that actions performed by the body and mind are done by the soul, that is wrong. Now I'm misidentifying myself with body and mind. So I'm thinking I'm the doer. But actually I'm not doing those things as a soul. But still, without the soul being present, mind and body cannot do anything. That is why later Krishna will explain that there are 5 factors. Like in this excavator, for as an example or illustration, the person inside is moving that joystick and pressing button. That is he is doing. But excavator is directly in touch with earth. So without this person inside, that excavator cannot do anything. But at the same time, it is not that the person is directly doing that. And also another point is coming, that this worker is employed in the company. So if the company does not give him that excavator and this job, then he also cannot do anything. Like that, without the will of Supreme Lord, without the will of Paramatma, no jiva can do anything. We are getting power from him. If he takes away, then no one can do anything. We hear also in Gajendra Moksha in that first verse, he's telling, by your presence, everything is moving. Without his presence, it is not possible. So like that, our Gurudev was very fond of telling that once in America, Srila Bhaktivedanta Sai Maharaj was preaching in some program, and once young man was there and he was hearing, and Sai Maharaj was speaking about devotion to God. So suddenly that young man stood up and said, Swamiji, I don't believe in God. Then Srila Sai Maharaj told him, who has given you the power to say, I don't believe in God? If that power is withdrawn from you, can you say, I don't believe in God? Even this you cannot say without him giving you this power. At the time of death, when that power will be withdrawn, if not before, Krishna can do any time, then you cannot say this. So a realized soul, they know about this, that without the will of Krishna, nothing can happen. He is empowering. But that does not mean that Jiva is not doing anything, and that Jiva does not have relative independence. Has, but by his will. That Bengali is there. Jiv koti vancha kore. Apon icha jiv koti vancha kore. Krishna icha hoile tobe to phol dhore. In Bangla, Jiva can have many desires, but unless Krishna fulfills it, will not happen. It is impossible. Like we hear in Gajendra Moksha, we have these senses, eyes, ears, and everything. So if you go to science, they will say that light is coming to eye and that information is going to brain and nerves and all this, and then you can see. But sometimes we see that eyes are okay, ears are okay, everything is okay, but still that person will be unable to see or hear if his mind is not there. Like if he's in school, his ear is there, he's hearing, but teacher will ask him what I just said. Then he will say, I don't know. I was unmindful. So if mind is not there, then it cannot work. Or one person was his friend told him, today is my marriage party, so we will pass by your house. So at that time you join us. And this friend said, yes, I will go with you. So when that party came, but this friend was so much absorbed in reading one interesting novel that although he saw someone is passing, but he was so absorbed in that he was not aware what is going on. Then that friend became angry later. Why you didn't join? You told you will join. So why you didn't? I saw, but I was not mindful. So like that, if mind is not there, the psychologists will say, if mind is not there, then senses will not, there is no use. But the spiritualists will say, even mind cannot do anything unless Atma is present. When Atma leaves the body, then you cannot get any knowledge from that body or anything. It cannot happen. And those who are fully realized, they know all these 5 factors, that if Paramatma is not there or Supreme Lord is not there, then even Atma cannot do anything by itself, by herself, independently, not possible. So 5 factors. So here Krishna is only giving one aspect for gradual learning for installment. So he's the real knower who knows I am not doing, I am not doer. It is Prakriti who is doing these material actions, not I as a soul. But later we will hear further details. So this is what we heard last time. So now next verse is coming. 1 second. Yadha bhuta pritag bhavam ekastam anupashyati tata evacha vistaram brahma sampadyate tada. He reaches the supreme goal, Brahman, who does really perceive that all beings have their roots in Prakriti, and that from that Prakriti have proceeded all the emanations of the world. So I am again mentioning, because Sri Devi Radhika is first time here, I am reading Bhagavad Gita, English translation by Srila Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Gosai Maharaj. He is a disciple of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and he was the first sannyasi of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, and he was also in the first preaching abroad. It was in the 30s, like 33 or something. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he sent him, Srila Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Maharaj, and also Srila Bhakti Hridoy Bongosai Maharaj and one Brahmachari, Sambitananda, to London and Germany. So they were the first to preach in Western countries. And also, already before, when Srila Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Gosai Maharaj was as a household, he was teacher in university in Calcutta. His name was Jagadish Babu. So when he came to Mayapur, he saw Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur at Jogapith, birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that time Bimala Prasad, and he participated in that Gaur Purnima festival at Jogapith, and then on the request of Bimala Prasad, means later he will become Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he went to visit Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. That time he was doing bhajan on the other side of the Ganga in Kulia. So he met him also, and Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj asked him, what is your idea? Then he said, I came here for Gaur Purnim in the Dham, then after some time I will go back. Then Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj told him, how is this possible? Once you come into Dham, then you cannot go out, because Krishna, we heard in that verse, when one reaches my abode, he will never come down again. So why you are saying, yeah, I came to Dham and now I'm going back? That is not possible. Then that time Jagadish Babu understood, I'm reading Gita. For a long time I was reading Gita, but I never thought like Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj is speaking. I never realized this point. And Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he's illiterate person. He cannot write his own name. And he never read Gita like directly like this. He was sometimes hearing from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhagavatam like this. But the point is, when one submits to Krishna and chants his name, then in his purified heart, all knowledge and all realization, all truth, everything will be revealed in his heart. There is no need to read books. Like Dhruva Maharaj, he was a young boy. He did not have any school, no Sanskrit, no nothing, no scriptural knowledge. But when Narayan blessed him, then everything was revealed in his heart. And what he saw directly, he spoke those glories of Supreme Lord. Even those who are Rishi Munis, they cannot understand what Dhruva is speaking. But he's speaking. Why? Because that is revealed in his heart. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also he told that in the dust, one dust particle from the lotus feet of my Gurudev, means Gaur Kishore Das Baba, all knowledge is there. But outwardly, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj cannot write his own name. So we cannot judge by this. If one submits